Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Alexandria Ashcroft, and I am an erotic fiction author. Today is the first day of 7 Days of Sinn. So this little series is a countdown to Valentine's Day. I'll be sharing bits and pieces about my newest, I would say, full-length novel called Sinnful, which is this book right here. I'm just going to be sharing, bits and pieces about it. So let's see. It is the 7th of February of 2019, day 1. And we're going to be talking about the origins of, I guess, Sinnful. So Sinnful is actually technically, I guess, a sequel to a short story that I wrote, I want to say 2 years ago? 2 years ago that I posted to Wattpad called Lacey's Sinn. And Lacey's Sinn was an erotic short story that I wrote as like an anti-Valentine's Day sort of story. So the reason why I'm doing the 7 Days of Sinn now, up to Valentine's Day or leading up to Valentine's Day, is because Lacey's Sinn started on Valentine's Day, about Valentine's Day. So in Lacey's Sinn, which is available at this point in time for free on my website, also on Wattpad, One Night of Sin, which is the story, which is Lacey's Sinn through Devlin's perspective, is also free on my website and Wattpad. That's not going to last long. I'm planning on taking those down and publishing those shortly after Valentine's Day. So if you're interested, make sure you check those out for free right now on my website. Yeah. So in Lacey's Sinn, it basically starts off, she's hosting like a singles meet and greet sort of event that Devlin crashes, looking to score, I guess, if you want to say that. And that's kind of how they meet. It's definitely a clash of wills at that point in time, and the story kind of progresses from there. And they make the decision to like hook up that night. They weren't intending for a long-term relationship, and neither was I as the author. So I just wrote that story. I had no expectations for it. The idea just popped into my head, and I was like, because I was thinking about what I was gonna write for Valentine's Day. And I was like, I'm a romance author. I have to write something for Valentine's Day. It just seems wrong not to. And I was just like, I don't know. I was feeling snarky that year. I was in a relationship. That was a good relationship. Like, it was fine. I don't know why I was feeling like an anti-Valentine's Day story writer at that point in time. But I posted it to Wattpad, and hello, you guys loved it. I got so much feedback for that story, a lot of views and a lot of votes, and yeah, you guys just really loved it, and I wasn't expecting that. A really common comment on that story was that people wanted it to be longer. They wanted a full-length novel, and they actually liked Lacey and Devlin. I never, like, together, like as a couple, and I never had intentions of them being together. I did know that Devlin was going to be a part of my MC or motorcycle club like series, but I wasn't expecting him to end up with Lacey because they were just hooking up, like it was just a hookup. So that actually presented a unique challenge for me when I finally agreed to my readers. I was like, okay, fine, people keep asking for this, so there must be something there. There may be something there that wasn't there before. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll see how this is going to work out. I was like, sure, I'll write a story with them. It took me about a year. So Lacey's Sinn, I posted Valentine's Day of 2017, I believe. Yeah. Whew. 2 years ago. Why? Like what? What happened to time? I'm trying to figure it out. Anyway, so I posted Lacey's Sin 2 years ago, and it took me a good year to get like a first draft, and I didn't like it. Um, and then another year kind of cruised around, and I was like, okay, like I really need to sit down and write this story, but I honestly have no idea. Like there are some stories that I envision beyond the story, and I'll be like, oh, if I wrote a continuation to the story, this is how I see this happening. But honestly, the continuation that I saw initially, they weren't together. Like Devlin and Lacey were not together. So I was, I don't know, I had to go back to the drawing board with all of it and sit down and really think about what a story, what a romance between these two people would look like. And I was like, they're so different. They're just after different things. There would have to be something dramatic or drastic that happens in both of their lives to level them out and have them meet in the middle somewhere and need each other's energy like in that moment. So I'm trying not to like put spoilers and stuff, but I guess this really isn't a spoiler. So basically, something dramatic happens in Lacey's life. Something drastic happens in Devlin's life too. Like I said, have them be in a place where they're open to each other's energy. Because Lacey was like, there's no way in heck that this person is my husband, because of all of the crude and et cetera things about Devlin that she was like, okay, he's fun for a night, but like as a partner, not for me. Thank you, sir. Keep it moving, sort of thing. So that's the type of energy that she had in Lacey's Sin. So I was like, okay, that has to change. How can that change? She had a lot of idealistic views of like what a partner would be. So I was like, okay, well, what if she actually gets what she's after, but it's not what she wants? That she doesn't know what she wants, but she can't shake the time that she had with Devlin. So that's kind of where it happened. But I just thought it was really interesting that this whole story started off as an anti-Valentine's Day short story that wasn't meant to go any further than it went. And it ended up being something that people love a lot. Or really enjoyed, at least at that point in time. So I guess what I would say, if I had a moment to talk to other writers or myself as a writer, I would say, write what comes like to you, like what feels right to you in the moment, what's fun, what's exciting to you, and put it out there because you never know what is going to stick, like what other people are going to be able to connect to. So just write what you feel like writing, throw it out into the universe, and let it work for you. It sounds so weird. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't sound weird, but I don't know. Like I'm a true believer in that. So I write what I want. I write what I want. I'm being strange. Anyway, so what else is going on in the next 7 days? So again, 7 Days of Sin is obviously 7 days. It's a week-long event online, basically through YouTube and other social outlets, talking about what's going on with Sinnful, different elements of Sinnful. So tomorrow, I'm just gonna look at my notes. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about characters. So I'm basically talking about Devlin and Lacey and like how I developed those characters and how also like in that conversation for you writers out there, I'll be giving my biggest, baddest tip on how to overcome writer's block. This tip has never failed me. Always gets me through any type of writer's block. So check that out tomorrow. It's coming. As a part of the 7 days, we're going to be doing trivia. So I'll be giving a trivia question, I guess, at the end of each video, and there'll be 2 additional trivia questions available on my website. Every correct answer gets you into a drawing to win merch. So I have a mug here that has a little quote from Sinnful, coffee, and it just happens to relate to coffee. So the phrase says, "She was well aware, however, of who was in control." Coffee. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I work with it. I rock with it. I'll be giving out ebook versions of Sinnful and a shirt, which I showed on a previous video. Check out my video. I'll put a link in the description below. But it's the Devlin made me do a shirt, which if you follow me on Instagram, which you totally should if you're not, because I post regularly, often multiple times a day. Yeah, it's a Devlin made me do it shirt. The version that I'm showing is a crop top, but the crop tops are sold out, so I'm doing a full length, or I don't know, full length, but it's a regular t-shirt. Yes, regular length t-shirt. And a crop top, a white crop top that says she's an honorary piece but loyal to a fault, which is another quote from Sinnful. Yeah, so make sure you check out the trivia. So the whole survey, so the whole trivia with all the questions from the week is going to be in a link, a survey link, which is going to be in the description below. So you can attack all of the questions. So the questions in the trivia are going to come from Lacey Sinn, One Night of Sin, and Sinnful. So Lacey Sinn and One Night of Sin are free on my website at this point in time. And like over half of Sinnful is also free on my website at this time. So you should be able to get most of the questions from the free content. I don't actually know if there are questions that aren't in the free content. But anyway, check out those stories and answer the trivia questions to win some free, awesome free stuff. Yeah. So I think that's about all I wanted to cover today. Thank you so much for joining me for day 1 of 7 Days of Sinn. And I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow about characters, about Devlin and Lacey and how they came to life. Thanks so much for joining me. Can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.